What is up, reefers, and welcome back to another episode of Mike's Reef Tank. This aquarium has hit 200 days, so it's time for an update. I'm going to talk about the corals, the inverts, the fish, any equipment I've added, and any issues we're having with this aquarium. But before that, let's do a montage to show the progress that's been made in the last 200 days. All right, let's talk about corals. This is a mixed reef tank. We've got LPS, SPS, and softies in here. Let's start with our softies. Toadstool leather is looking great. Our pulsing xenia has taken over the entire rock that we started it on. Haven't had any jumpers yet, so that's a good thing. It stayed isolated. We got our mushrooms. Our green mushroom has not split or reproduced. We got our red mushrooms on the move. We got our photosynthetic gorgonia in the back. Doing great, starting to have some growth. And then we have tons and tons of zoanthids. We got the purple with orange. We got this first frag in the tank with the three different kinds of zoanthids on it. We got our scrambled eggs. Our rastas. And our frag rack is full of different zoanthids I'm growing out before I add them to my designer bridge. So we got the Gatorades. These were originally on the rock and they weren't doing so well, so I broke them off and put them back on a plug, and they're doing a lot better now. I don't know what was up with them. We got the blue tubs. We got the circus. We got some Fruit Loops. Some golden eyes. And our last softie is the star polyps I mounted on the back wall, starting to grow. Might break a couple pieces off and put them lower in the tank because it seems like it definitely is growing up towards the light. And if I want the entire back wall to be matted, I'm gonna have to do some fragging. LPS corals on the tank. Dragon Sulfavia. It's got 2 new heads growing on it, looking really good. Our golden hammer. I haven't seen any new heads on it, but it is looking good. The frog spawn. It's been in the process of splitting heads. Polyp extension's been down on this one. I don't know if it's because of the process of splitting heads or something's going on also in the tank, but it's not as extended as it used to be. And you can see the skin is very close to the top of the polyps, which isn't really a good sign. We'll keep monitoring that. Right behind it, we got the Duncan coral that my daughter picked out. It's looking really good. That's it for LPS. Let's get into SPS. Let's start with the ones we got low in the tank. We got our pumpkin patch Cyphastria. Still looking good. Hasn't really started growing onto the rock. We got our Darth Maul Parites. Hoping for that to start to spread on the rock right there. As we go higher, we got our pink with green polyp Montipora. You can see that there's growth as it's starting to attach itself to the rock. I'm starting to think that this is not a plating Monty and more of an encrusting Monty. maybe Tropic Thunder, but it seems like the color's off a little bit. Keep watching that one. Right behind it is the Montipora digitata. This one, the last month, has really been taken off. All the super glue that held the two sticks onto the frag plug have been covered with new growth, and you can see that green color in it. And you can see the extra extension that it's starting to get as it grows. Right next to that one is our Shaggy Dog Tenuous. Looking good. I accidentally fragged this one the other week when I was doing some weekly maintenance. So I went ahead and glued that onto a frag plug. So hopefully soon I'll have 2 colonies. Right behind the Shaggy Dog is my Passalapora. It's been growing really big. I haven't had any of those issues people talk about with polyp bailout and other colonies growing elsewhere in the aquarium. It's kept to this one colony for right now. Then we got our Bali Green Slimer. Looking really good. As we go up, we got our Stylophora. Starting to get a lot of bumps on there, showing new growth. Our Miami Orchid Stag. Starting to take off. And one of our first SPS in the tank, this Montipora. Starting to get really big. Might have to start thinking about fragging. If anybody knows anything about Montipora, let me know. Mine's growing downwards, it's not growing upwards. And I wonder if that's a flow thing or a lighting thing. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Alright, that's it for coral. Let's talk about inverts. We lost a couple snails. Both Nerite snails are gone now. We lost one Cerith snail, so right now we have 4 Astrias, 2 Trochus, 2 Nasarius, and 1 Cerith. And they're doing a great job cleaning the aquarium. I might get some additional snails just to replace the ones that have passed. But so far, having a diverse snail species has definitely helped with tackling multiple problems and keeping them in check. Got a little bit of algae back there now. Also for inverts, we still have Mr. Urchin. Yeah, he's still as destructive as usual, but I have no hair algae since he's been in this aquarium, so he's gonna be staying around for a little bit longer. Unless he does something really crazy. Like, I'm thinking it could have been him, but I noticed on the frog spawn, someone's been eating at the skeleton. And he was over there cleaning out, you know, it's not something he was doing on purpose, but if in his process of scraping algae, he's maybe hurting the skeleton of that frog spawn. Same with like my life rock. I mean, this stuff starts out purple when you buy it, but it's pretty white from him scraping it with his beak as he's trying to get algae off the rock. Last for inverts, we got Penelope. She's down in her burrow. That's our pistol shrimp. Her and Oscar have been awesome together. Been able to get some good footage that I've been able to put in shorts. And yeah, she's doing really good. Let's talk about fish. We got Benny the Blenny, doing great. Hiding in his cave. Here's Benny. He is one goofy fish. Below him, there's Oscar. He's doing great. So they made themselves like a little back entrance here in the rock. And then here's their front hole that they've made. So they got 2 different entrances, exits for their little burrow. And last but not least, the first inhabitants in this tank, my clownfish. Eleanor's getting nice and big. So is Liam. Been keeping watch to see if they start to do any kind of mating behaviors, but as of right now, I have not seen anything, no egg laying. All I've seen really is submission behavior, where Eleanor will, go towards Liam, and Liam will do like a little shake to show that he is submissive to her. Just showing the hierarchy of the clowns. There's Benny again, doing his thing, waiting for him to get in trouble one time when that power head comes back on and he's in there. Nope. That's it for fish. Alright, equipment. I'm still using the gravity fed top off, the Hydra Wave Maker. The newest addition is this protein skimmer. Got this on Amazon. I'll put a picture of what I purchased. I will be making a review video of this. I want to make sure I have it in use for a while before I make that review, because I want to make sure it's thorough for you guys. My DIY refugium's doing great. The light I purchased on Amazon is fabulous for growing Kato. I usually have to remove some on a weekly basis. Nuisance. So one thing I can't really get, maybe I'll be able to put some footage up from this experience, but I did put some Bergia nudibranchs in here to take care of my Aiptasia. There used to be tons and tons of Aiptasia around this leather, and they've all been taken care of, and they're slowly working through the rocks, eating as they go. The only thing I've really seen that's visual for Aiptasia is the ones in the sand. Down one there, and there's a couple other little ones. But yeah, they've worked very, very well. I mean, 2 weeks later, and I would say at least half of my Aiptasia is gone. Eventually, it's going to become the question on what do I do with the Bergia once all the Aiptasia is gone. I will most likely make a post on Facebook Marketplace to see if there's anybody that's interested in needing the Bergia, because I don't want them to just starve to death in the aquarium. And try to find them a new home so they can help somebody else. Any other nuisances? We are getting a little bit of algae in the back. Not too bad. That just might be for me moving the power head a little bit to the left, and then it's not getting that flow in the back of the aquarium. We're still having bubble algae. Forgot to talk about him, but I have one lazy emerald crab that just does not care for bubble algae. So I've been doing manual removal and doing some research to see if there's something else I can try. Last thing I'm having issues with, and kind of why I put on the protein skimmer. So I don't know if you guys can see it in the footage, but I'm getting bubbles and like a film on the top of the water. Bubbles. Just a light film on the top. I've been battling this with using paper towels and just kind of swaying it over the top of the aquarium for now. I thought adding the protein skimmer would have helped with that, but it has not cleared up yet. But the protein skimmer's only been on for about a week. If you guys have any tips for that, just leave that in the comments as well. It would be greatly appreciated. All right, and I think that's it for tank updates. This thing is starting to take off. Starting to run out of room for corals. For the future plans, I'm thinking about getting a bigger tank. Hopefully in the future. I'm really interested in doing an SPS dominant tank, so maybe in the future this will become a LPS softy tank, and I will remove the SPS into a larger aquarium. This would be a good grow out tank for them to get them into big colonies. Also thinking about maybe getting a frag tank, maybe a Reef Casa 6 gallon, Just something small for me to be able to start growing out some zoanthids. It's kind of what I've got, this in-tank frag rack right now, but I'm not too keen about it being in the tank as far as this being the display tank. So yeah, I'll keep you guys updated on that too if I decide to go that route. Hope you guys enjoyed this reef tank update. I can't wait to see what this thing's gonna look like in another 50 days. That'll probably be when I do my next update. If you enjoyed this content, smash that like button, subscribe for more reefing goodness, and as always, happy reefing.